Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of A Plus Wrestling here on the A Plus Wrestling Podcast channel and on KPHR. And it is everyone's favorite show of the year as we go through the lows, and the even lowers of professional wrestling as we talk about the worst of 2025 in pro wrestling. We're your hosts. I'm Boris, and this week the panel consists of Yorkie.
What up? Sorry.
I was like,
Love it.
Make sure you swear. Don't forget to give us a little extra work.
And by us, we mean Hutch. Hutch, how's it going?
Not bad.
Andre.
And again, I'm not going to be as crass as those two.
Man, do it.
Because
There we
people
go.
from Edmonton have some class.
Yes, not really.
And obviously,
Excellent,
leading the
excellent.
show, we have Boris.
As always, yes, it is the worst here in A Plus Wrestling and the worst that we are going to be talking about in professional wrestling. Thank you so much to everyone who was able to listen to last week's show. As always, top numbers in regards to listens, at least on the podcast version of it. So thank you to each and every single one. And thank you to everyone who did fill out the form to be part of this this awesome episode. And again, we got to talk about it. It's like we try to have fun with these. We're not trying to shit on too many people. We're not trying to be negative. We're not trying to be, or well, maybe Hutch is, but we're trying to just have fun with all of these things. So that's what we're going to be doing here on this week's show. So, gentlemen, let's just jump straight into things. Worst male wrestler of 2025. We're going to start with Andre.
Honorable mention, I just hate him so much, and I have to watch him live this year, is AJ Francis. He's terrible. But he didn't. The man I hate the most this year I think is the worst, is Jey Uso. His year, like, he keeps being promoted up into these high positions and then just keeps flopping, in my opinion. He just never can. He just does not have it. He does not have that main event appeal, and they keep pushing him there, and it just makes it worse every time they keep putting him in these top positions. And I groan every time I have to watch him with his stupid yeeting and winning the titles. And it's like, yeah, great win. And then you do nothing as champion and you lose it, and you're just nothing. So that's what makes him my worst wrestler of the year, because when you're at that high of a point, you're pretty garbage.
Yorkie.
All right, okay, so I've been flip-flopping between two, right? I'm not going to say the one that you're thinking of after the last episode because I haven't watched really any AEW, so I can't really say any of them, although I'd love to. I'm not going to. I was flip-flopping between two. I was flip-flopping between Jey Uso and the guy who is my pick, and that is LA Knight. Purely because it's mainly the same reasons as Jey Uso. He's been given those spots, and the crowd are behind him, but he just doesn't have that final oomph, if you know what I mean. I don't get it. Everyone, I've seen loads of people saying, "Oh, he should have had that shot to end Cena's last match." I'm like, no, Gunther needed it. Gunther deserved it. Gunther won it. But LA Knight, he's just a walking catchphrase, in my opinion. I don't like him. The difference between LA Knight and Jey Uso is that we saw why Jey Uso hasn't reached that spot with the WWE Unreal. He was gassed out too much, and so we haven't seen backstage what's been said about LA Knight, because otherwise he would have had the title, he would have had these shots, and he hasn't. So there must be something, and I don't know what it is about him. I just don't like him.
I hear you.
I hope that they end up doing something with him with this comeback. I hope it's not the Royal Rumble. I hope it's after. I mean, he's got a ton of potential. But the difference is, Yorkie, is Jey Uso is a one-trick pony. He's although he has deserved it through his sales of merchandise and things like that, he's basically a case of nepotism, and it's probably backstage. He's been there for so long, his job is secure. LA Knight's had to struggle, like really struggle. He's been given bad gimmicks, bad names. The fact that he's on the main roster and with all the losses and all the stop to starts and all nothing, you hit that, the crowd is going to pop like crazy. And you put him face to face in the ring with Jey Uso, give them both a mic. You just watch who folds first. Jey Uso has nothing there. I disagree with you completely as far as them both being on that list. Jey Uso's a one-trick pony. There was the Jey Uso experiment. In some ways it worked. In other ways it didn't. It's great for the kids. It's great for morale. LA Knight is flexible. He's intelligent. He can do whatever you give him, he can do. You could turn him into a Stone Cold right now, drop the freaking glasses and the vest and have him come out like a badass and literally just kick people's ass and be very serious. Jey Uso's got nothing, man. He's just going to scrunch up his face and be like, LA Knight's a talent, a serious talent. And as long as he stops trying to jump all the way to the top rope to give guys moves, I think he's got a future. But yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Dude, he could fail. Like they obviously seem to be making him fail, and he could fail. And he's definitely got some of that Guy Smiley syndrome. Like he seems like a kid. Hey, LA Knight. But bro, to compare him to Jey Uso as far as like in-ring work and like on mic work, it's like freaking day and night. Like Jey Uso's been given the world and failed. LA Knight has had everything taken away from him and every obstacle put in front of him, and the crowd still pops like freaking insanity every time he comes out. I think you're way off base. But to everybody their choice. My choice is ridiculous. It's JC Mateo. Just like, bro, like what happened to Jess Cobb? Like in WWE, he looks short, he looks fat, he looks useless. I think he's maybe pulled off the Tour of the Islands 3 times this year, and he struggled for 2 of them. Like going to WWE has made him look like a small child in a huge playground, and he has lost all mystique, all power. I mean, they better turn him into Matanza and send him down to AAA or do something with this guy, because one of my favorite wrestlers in the world, and I have zero interest in seeing him. And all the nonsense with him and TJP, like in the end run, I realized it was probably mostly TJP and his stupid wife. But, you know, it happened with him and Elgin as well. And nobody likes Elgin. So he keeps having problems with people, and it keeps being the other person. But I'm like, hey, how come you keep being involved with these people? I bet he's got a little bit of a mouth on him, too. Like the few times I've met him, he seemed really nice, but I haven't had to like work with him. I bet you he's got a chip. And I bet you he's got a problem. And I don't like him in WWE. It's sad. It's a sad, pathetic state. JC Mateo, my worst wrestler of the year.
He was on a path to being a top, like at the top of New Japan, even off the start of this year. And if whatever happened, I'm not going to blame anybody. There's all the speculations. And now he's in WWE, and he's nothing. He is worse he's making way more money, but he is way worse off career wise. That like as a star than he was.
He's the worst member of a bad faction, and like he'll be able to do. Although he is getting older, right? He's mid-40s.
I think
he'll be able to do the conventions circuit and stuff now as a former WWE guy. But man, he could have been leader of the United Empire. But New Japan has no money, so. Be the leader of the small bank account, right?
That's that right there's the issue. I think he's at that age where he's like, I want one good contract, and WWE gave him the money, and here we go. You know, I've brought him up to a few other people, and they're like, well, you know, he's shorter, he's bigger, he's this, he's that, and I say, well, look at Jonah. Look at Bronson Reed. He's doing just fine. So you can't tell me that the reason why JC Mateo is doing the way he is in WWE is because of XYZ, because Bronson Reed is XYZ. So there's something going on. There's something weird with him.
Bronson Reed has been given mic time and been given Paul Heyman to bolster him. And like on the flip side of that, you've got a Jacob Fatu, who if you describe them on paper with your eyes closed, you might be describing Jeff Cobb. But Jacob Fatu is all gas, no brakes. And Jeff Cobb is like freaking boring as hell. What the hell's going on? So my worst wrestler of the year. Let's go.
My worst wrestler of the year is Damian Priest. There's someone who just fell off the cliff, in my most humble opinion, from the top to the bottom. I know that his body has taken a beating. I know that he's taken a break, but I'm basing this solely on someone who was red hot, could have led the company to a certain degree, and he's kind of really taken a huge back seat. This one, this category in particular was a very hard one for me to think of somebody, and I know people are going to be groaning. I see these three gentlemen or people groaning.
Well, what did the fans think, Boris? What's the fan poll say?
Well, the fan poll agrees with Andre and Yorkie because the worst wrestler of the year on the male side is Jey Uso with 45% of the votes.
Yeah, they did shove him down our throats. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Second place is LA Knight. And in third place, Gunther.
Oh.
No.
How?
Anybody that voted for Gunther is wrong.
Yes. Right. But after the bollocking I just received from Hutch, I might be a bit wrong with saying LA Knight. But everyone who said Gunther is definitely wrong.
Mm.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. That is the vote for the worst male wrestler of the year. We're going to jump to the next category, which is the worst female wrestler of the year. Hutch, this time we're starting with you.
For me, it's more disappointment and like Julia. Like, what did they do to my Julia? She's gone. Worst
Your
wrestler of the
Julia?
year.
No, it's Boris's Julia.
My Julia.
No, my Julia. Mine.
No, it's Boris's. It's Boris's.
I've been talking about her for so many fucking years. It is insane how many years I've been talking about her. I was optimistic about how she was, and then seeing how they used her in NXT, I was even more optimistic. And then she's on SmackDown. But anything that SmackDown is touching at this point is turning to complete utter shit. So, my pick is also Julia. I just don't know what they've done with our girl. I don't know what they've done with our girl. Yorkie, what's your choice for worst female wrestler of 2025?
Again, I was torn between two. One was the current WWE Women's Champion in Jade Cargill, and the other was the former Women's Champion in Tiffany Stratton. And I've gone with Tiffany Stratton because her title reign was shit. Fair enough, she might have been a result of bad booking like Julia has, but when she had the title, she'd come off this big match with Charlotte, which wasn't that brilliant, and then the booking straight after wasn't brilliant. She got thrust in a feud with Nia, and I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into a title run, and when she lost it, I was like, oh no, because it's gone to Jade.
I hear you. I hear you. I respect it. Andre, worst female wrestler of 2025.
I'm going Jade. I've never liked her, never will, never have seen the appeal. I understand the appeal. She's got a great look, a great she has a charisma to her that is there, but she can't put it together with good in-ring work. And she's been carried by every decent match she's had is because she's been carried by everybody else. You can still see her botching at a higher level than she should be on the main roster. She should not be in the position she's in right now. I didn't think she should have been in the position she was in AEW. I've never liked her. And Jade Cargill, once again, wins my worst of the year.
Well, the fans agree with you, but not for first place, not for second place. Jade Cargill is actually voted the third worst of 2025. In first place is Nikki Bella.
Oh, I didn't even think. Damn it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't think she was as bad as Jade or Tiffany.
She's worse than Tiff.
Yeah.
I kind of like Nikki Bella to a degree because I like MILFs, and I think she looks great these days. And I like that
she does.
I like that she's trying to do so. She's trying. She's looked at her career. Yeah. She's like, I'm a mom now. I've done all the things I want to do. I want to have some respect in this industry. I want to see if I can win the women's championship instead of having the butterfly belt on the wall. I want to see if I can do something. I respect that she's there taking the bumps and trying her best at her age to build something back. She's trying to give something back and build a career and get some respect, and I respect her for it. She's definitely below Jade Cargill and Julia and all these other people, because they've given her opportunities. And granted, her first PLE appearance, she didn't do too well, but she's trying to do the best with what they're giving her. And I don't feel like they're giving her, they're not giving her too much. I don't think, I don't know, whatever. Let Jade Cargill though, I couldn't even put her on my list because I would have just started ranting. And Boris knows how I feel about her.
Go ahead.
The reason I think is that the reason Ederman's not even on the podcast anymore, because I like popped off about Jade Cargill. Bro, you can let one or two things slide. If there are like 6 major pivot points to make a good wrestler, Jade is missing like 4 of them. Like, she does not have it at all. She looks good, and that's it. Like, she cannot talk. My God, she cannot talk. Like, she can't act, so she can't do a promo, but she also can't talk. She does not pronounce words completely. Do you know how to pronounce words? What's wrong with you? And then her footwork and her timing in the ring is atrocious. Like, not bad, atrocious. Like, I am shocked that they still are I'm really shocked that they put the title on her. She's better now than she's ever been, but she's still like top tier level awful. And it's
I can only assume that Bianca's ready to come back soon, no rather than later.
It's funny, last time when I said, hey, if we could, like, you know, Bruce Banner and the Hulk, these 2 people, and you said Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is the combination of Naomi and Jade Cargill, you know, but like, I don't know, but she's hurt, you know, she's hurt. But
well, I'm just hoping she's back soon so she can take the title off Jade. I
think she's dealing with the same kind of thing that Buddy Murphy's dealing with. I think there's like underlying nerve issues. I don't think it healed correctly, and I don't think they want to put her through that. And hopefully it'll get to the point where she can return, but nerve damage can be a big deal, you know. It's not worth losing the use of your hand.
I can tell you about my ankle. So we've had to edit out about 15 minutes of Hutch's rant. So it's time to move forward.
Sorry.
The next category is worst tag team males. Andre, we're starting with you.
Dark State. They were shit. They should never got the titles. They beat the Hardys. Never should have beat the Hardys. It's just garbage. There's individuals in this group that I think with the right direction put upon them could do well in a single capacity, but in the gimmick they're absolutely trash. They're not working. Go away. Go be dark in some corner. I never want to see you again.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Dark State is my choice for worst tag team of the year as well. I echo everything you said. They are trash. I don't think they're good. They've given them a lot of time on TV, and they just honestly haven't improved, in my most humble opinion.
Boris, what's your worst tag team? Oh, you already said. Yorkie, what's your worst tag team? I'm in charge of the podcast now. Yorkie!
Well, because Dark State's already been said, I'm going to say Hank and Tank, even though they seem to have done all right in Noah, but in WWE, they're absolute shit. They've got the crowd behind them, but they're all gas, no energy, if you know what I mean. Like the opposite of Jeff. The opposite
of Jacob Fatu. They're all brakes, no gas.
That's it.
Yeah, their gas is flatulence.
Limited.
My worst tag team of the year was Dark State, but I actually went back and changed it before putting it in because I started watching Tag League and I realized, or I like put on Tag League at some point, and no team has offended me more this year than Sonata and Ren Narita. I'm just, as soon as they come through the freaking curtain, I'm just like, click. And I love both these guys, like individually. Ren Narita's great. And when he turned, became like a bad guy. I was like, really? This freaking like this, you know, Shibata guy is going all bad, but he's done a great job. And I love Sonata. I mean, at least I used to. Like, what happened to Sonata? God damn it. And this team, they come through the curtain, and I was just like, I would like just turn off the match. I don't turn off matches. I just put them on mute and do my thing. I literally went to the next fast forward. I don't even see these guys. So yeah, they take the cake for me. But Dark State, God.
Yep. And the listeners agree with us because the worst tag team males is Dark State with 35% of the vote. With about 28% of the vote is Alpha Academy. And then we also have the Wyatt 6, the Outrunners, and War Raiders to round out the list.
I'm okay, Outrunners. I think they're a good gimmick tag team.
I think the Outrunners are wasted they're not bad. I think they're wasted, and I think that the moment where that they should have just went with them, they didn't, and that's the issue with the Outrunners. But that can be said with a lot of this, and something to remind people, right? So oftentimes it's not necessarily the worst, and it's like to no fault of some of these performers. Sometimes it's just bad booking that takes over. I remember, for the long, how many times was Bray Wyatt and called out on these shows, right? So sometimes it's not necessarily the performers. Sometimes it's not even the in-ring. Sometimes it's just bad booking that at the end of the day translate to a shitty character on TV for us. Or it can just be all around shit. So this leads us into the worst tag team females. And I'm going to go first on this one, and I'm going to have to honestly say it is BFAB and Mission. This tag team on the SmackDown side, again, could be a case of SmackDown. It just didn't work for me. And again, not much on SmackDown really worked for me, to say the least. But it just was not fun, not good, no good matches. Almost changed the channel type of response from me. Just so, yeah, BFAB and Mission. Hutch, worst tag team female.
Well, I guess I would have to agree with you because I didn't even know they were tagging together. That sucks. I didn't even see them on TV. What the hell? I know they're doing the Jade Cargill thing now, which just adds to giving the champ the worst wrestlers on the roster. On a personal level, I've never met Mi Chin, but I know many people that have, and I don't know a single person that says a nice thing about her. So there you go. I would have thought she just seems like she'd probably be a cool broad. I think she's dating Keith Lee. He's awesome, I guess. But I've not met a single person that has said anything positive about her. So I was like, wow, okay. But my worst tag team is Bayley and Lyra. This weird dynamic they have of hating each other, liking each other. Bayley's just been odd this year. And I don't know. I like both of them. But as far as the concentrated tag team division that's been happening for the female side for the last few months, I feel like out of all of those teams in the mix, they seem to be the most. There you go. I have no explanation. Bayley and Lyra. You could do better, gals. Do better.
Andre, you're up.
So, if this was pre-September, I would have said probably BFAB and Meacham. But in September, I went to Victory Road and the TV tapings after for TNA. And I had to witness a tag team that I absolutely cannot stand, and both of them suck. It's the Elegance brand. I think they're terrible. Even Hutch is like, who the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, they're.
I know.
They are terrible, and Em and Heather Elegance were to me I didn't like them. I thought both of them were just meh, and they're both just doing a terrible Ash by Elegance gimmick, a terrible version of her gimmick. So,
Yorkie.
I've gone with the same as Hutch. Becky and Lyra. While they're good individually, they don't work together. It's weird. I don't get what. I do get what Bayley's trying to do. I just don't get what Lyra's trying to do with it. It's weird, and it's not working.
Yeah. So this is one of the weirdest categories in terms of the mathing with the listener vote, because there were so many different options. So the winner of this one was Bayley and Lyra with only 20% of the vote. Some notable mentions. We also have the Elegance brand showed up quite a bit. Lash Legend and Nia Jax showed up a bit. Some people even put Miranda Alize and Nixon Newell in here, I guess, because of their shenanigans in AEW.
No, I think Nigger's getting a bit overbound because they said they wanted a bit more time. That's all. I mean, they're getting a bad rap.
I remember when I first
do
thought
the job,
about
maybe more. Look at my world and
high in the mind.
They did every job asked of them, and now they have contracts. That's all you had to do.
The Nixon Newell thing, the first team I thought of when I saw this, and by the time I got around to filling it out, I hadn't thought about it. But yeah, those broads, give me a break. What's wrong with them?
Yeah, but Bayley, Lyra, with just about 20% of the votes, are the worst tag team females. We're gonna go to worst on the mic males. Hutch, you can start us off.
I had to think about this for a while, and I put down Mike Bailey and Okada. Now, granted, Okada's little promo there for his final before going in to see Moxley, that was like the best talking he's done in a while. It was a good promo. It's like he'd been working on that. But the whole bitch thing all year wasn't great. I just put him on there for fun. But yeah, Mike Bailey. Now, I love Emil. He's a great kid. He's a great guy. I adore him. But he's like Opie Taylor, like super happy, like Zen, like the way he does promos and stuff. Like, just shut up and do a fucking backflip and kick someone. Like, my God, he's getting on my nerves. I just don't think he's a very good talker anymore at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Yorkie, you're in deep thought. Some would say you're in a dark state right now. Who is your vote for worst male on the mic?
Do you know, I'm thinking of all the people that have been on the mic in WWE this year, and do you know what? If you'd asked me like a month ago, I would have said Braun Breaker. However, he's just been coming out with some fire promos recently, so I can't pick him. So I can't pick LA Knight because even though I don't like him in ring, I do think he is a decent promo, and I don't want to get bollocked by Hutch again. No,
I'm gonna ball you soon if you don't get to your pick.
All right. I'll go Jey Uso because he seems like he's out of breath every time. There we go, done. Sorry, I was just thinking. Yeah, I'll go Jey Uso.
Jey Uso. I can see that. 100%. You want to add to that? Now. Sorry, Yorkie.
Can I change it to Jimmy? So I think Jay's a better. Yeah, I do think Jimmy is a worse promo than Jay. Sorry.
There you go.
Andre,
instant ratings. Hutch. Who's your pick for worse on the mic?
I already said Bailey and Okada, but you know, I almost want to say John
Andre.
Bloody hell.
I'm going Dark State, man. They're a shit tag team, and they had shit promos. Every time that you talk, you're like, please, I'm fast forwarding. It's the same way you fast forward, the same way you feel about Narita and Sonata. You fast forward promos because they're just utter shite.
Excuse me, I apologize.
And then mixing in the sexual jokes into it too, on top of it all. It's just stupid. It just does not work.
Yeah, I can see that. My pick for worst on the mic male is Shiloh Hill from NXT. I just do not get this character. I think this character is stupid. I literally want to change my channel every time this person appears on screen, and they've given him, in a short amount of time over the past couple months, way too much time on the mic and just weird ass promos. I just don't get it. I know that the Poison Rana guys laugh at me about this one, but this is just ridiculous. You know, let me eat my words next year. But right now, I just can't stand him. I just cannot stand this character. I don't get this character. It's Shiloh Hill from NXT.
What do you guys think of how John Moxley's promos go? Like this, so after he won the Continental and throughout the whole year, like this whole like Cro-Magnon man like crap where he's like drooling and acting, he like shakes when he talks and stuff. Like part of me buys it, but part of me is all like, hell is going on with this guy?
That's me. He's the reason why I don't watch AEW, so I could not give a shit about what he does.
I enjoy some of it, but some of it's been just utter crap. I did like the World's End promo personally, but that's me. No.
We have a 3-way tie for the listener vote. Again, very much. This happens a lot with the worst of lots of choices, lots of people here. But
lots of haters.
Lots of haters. But these are the 3 people that the fans thought were the worst on the mic on the male side. Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Ricochet.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, I can see it.
At least you got 2 out of 3.
It's not even until recently did Ricochet finally kind of get himself to a better place. So I can see it, yeah.
I can see it. Hutch, you have opinions. Why are you so subdued today? I know you're not feeling well.
Yeah, dude, I'm really under the weather today. I don't know. I think
we should record more often when you're sick.
I think this is Ricochet's best year of his career. I mean, he's gotten the most attention. He's making the most money. Like he's got some access to creative to be able to talk about it with someone and have them pay attention to him. I mean, on a personal level, if you pulled him aside and we're like, "Yo, bud," he'd probably be like, "I'm so happy right now." Holy,
of course.
So, I don't. And worst talker, I don't know. I don't want to turn off the channel. I kind of want to hear what he has to say. I'm like, what's Ricochet going to say? Is he going to say something stupid and petty and like get under your like? What's he going to say? So I'm interested in what he has to say, and I think his delivery isn't bad. See, that's the thing. Like Ricochet, that's not Ricochet. See, I feel like Jade Cargill when she talks, outside of being off of camera, she kind of talks that way too. Like, if you're not an actor, if you can't do it, then I get upset. And I think the Ricochet character we see on TV is not Ricochet. So I think he's doing a good job.
Other notable choices, don't have the percentages of these. We have Okada, Lexus King, LA Knight, Josh Briggs, Jon Moxley. So we're not completely off the mark on this category, which leads us into, well, Hutch, I'm just going to let you go first because I'm pretty sure I know who you're going to pick for worst on the mic for females.
Yeah, I do have Cargill on there. I also have Monet because I don't know what it is. I can't really put my finger on it, but it's not good. It's like bad acting. It's just straight up bad acting. How are you on The Mandalorian? How do you have an agent? Like, it's just bad acting.
Yeah.
So Monet actually beats out Cargill for me because
damn.
Yeah, because like I mean Cargill can't talk. She's got marbles in her mouth, and I don't know. But Monet, I feel like she doesn't know. Do you know how bad you are? You don't know. I don't know. I have not enjoyed either of these ladies when they get on the mic. So yeah, Monet's top of my list.
I can see that. Yorkie, worst on the mic, female.
Oh,
Mike is yours.
Cargill. I don't need to say anything. Hutch has already said everything. Cargill is the worst on the mic.
Andre.
Mercedes Monet, because I've watched more AEW this year than I did WWE, and she just every time, and literally World's End, the promo after her match where she was challenging Willow Nightingale, it just came off it just didn't work. She couldn't even play to being that Lexi used to be a minion or anything. It just didn't work. Like she has so much potential. Like I think she's had some incredible matches this year, and her presentation is top notch. It's just something is not right when she speaks. It's just off, and she stumbles, and there's weird little flubs, and it's just like, you should not be this bad. Why? How are you this bad?
It's because that's kind of who she is. Have any of you guys ever seen this Stone Cold?
Boston in her.
Yeah, like did any of you guys ever see the Stone Cold podcast with her?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Where she talked about, I have steak. I get to eat steak now. Whatever, right? And then, of course, she's doing the steak thing on AEW years later. I think the problem with Monet is there's not a lot up there. Like, she's not a super creative person. So people are constantly like, oh, you're so great. Here's this airtime. Here's this ring time. Here's this and that. But she doesn't have a lot upstairs. So there's just not a lot to her delivery. There's not a lot to her creative. It's the same way with Moxley. Like, Moxley thinks he's a really creative guy. And I'm like, sorry, from somebody who's a pretty creative guy, you're not that creative. Like, you're very, very average, and you got a lot of airtime. Like, even his initial Death Riders promo of like, this isn't your promotion anymore, when he was in the ring with Tony Schiavone. Like, I feel like to him that was some groundbreaking shit, and it was the most basic bitch shit ever, and then he didn't even follow up on it. And Monet's the same way. Whenever I think back to that Stone Cold interview, it's like, was that her being her, or was she doing a promo the whole time? Because that's the way she talks in her promos, and it's all like, there is not a fucking lot there. Sorry.
Yep. I have the same choice. There we go. I have the same choice as a few people here, as the listener choice. That is Mercedes Monet. Hutch, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's just something about her, and I don't know what it is, that is just not fun. It's not creative. It is bland. It is stale. It is boring. So Mercedes Monet is my choice and the listener's choice. In second place, we have Jade Cargill. In third place, we have Nikki Bella. Some other people that were put in this category were Blake Monroe, Alicia Edwards from TNA, Kiana James. Just some notable notable people.
Can I just say, if it wasn't for her being paired up with Alexa, if that had not happened, Charlotte would have been my pick, because she cannot handle a crowd booing her whatsoever. She cannot control a crowd. She can't handle a crowd, and her promos fall apart when she's being challenged by the crowd.
I think this year that was, and maybe last year that was the case. I think there were many reasons because of that. She's handled the crowds in the past, but I think there was the boiling point between her and the crowds leading into WrestleMania. But I do agree with you overall. Charlotte.
If Charlotte and Alexa had not happened, my vote would have gone to Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next category is worst on-air talent. Can be announcer or backstage reporter. Andre is just nodding, so much so that I'm going to let him go first.
Shucky Ducky, you suck, Booker T. I can't stand him. I can't, I literally, it's so hard to watch NXT sometimes. Just him just popping off with all his one-liners. And you can legitimately hear Vic Joseph just getting angrier and more defeated every single week that he has to work with this joke of a ring of an announcer. I hate him. Now he's talking. Was he talking about Chinese food now? And it's just, dude, shut up. I don't want to listen to you. Shut up.
So I agree with him.
Yay!
Sometimes I'm watching NXT with the volume on mute.
Yep.
Because it does my head in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hutch?
Yeah, I think Booker T has Monet syndrome. Like, so many people have told him how great he is over the years that he doesn't realize how bad he freaking sucks. Like, bro, just like reel it in a little bit. Have some respect for the audience and some respect for yourself. Like, shucky ducky quack quack walks. Like, what the hell are you bloody talking about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, like
yeah, man. Sorry.
He's been told he's great too many times. He has too much power. He's been doing this for so long, and nobody's pulled him aside and told him, like, nobody that has more power than him in the industry has pulled him aside and said, "Hey, shut the up."
Yeah, man.
Like, he's got his reality of wrestling, and he's got his Javon Evans and his Trick Williams and all his boys that he's pushing, and like, I hate to even put it this way. I'm sure there's like a slightly political racist thing going on where everybody's always talked for years about how black people don't get ahead in WWE, and nobody wants to tell him, "Hey, come here, shut up," because they go, "Hey, you can't say that to me." And I don't like it. I feel like the reason he goes so hard like that is because like he feels he can and nobody can tell him not to. And so I don't like it at all, but he's actually not on my list here. I put Ventura on my list because he's the best and the worst. But you guys all switched to my choice last time, so I'm going to switch to your choice this time. Booker T, the worst. Although on my Instagram, it does say Hutch Henries, the Booker T of Canadian wrestling commentary.
There we go. Well, it's unanimous. Booker T, and 50% of the listeners agree with us, as it is Booker T as the worst on-air talent. In second place with about 20%, we have Peter Rosenberg. Then we have Pat McAfee.
I would say Sam Roberts is worse than Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I think people just forget about Sam Roberts, to be 100% honest. And here in Canada, people think he's a musician. So go for it.
McAfee's awesome. What are you guys talking about? Like, McAfee's wicked.
I don't know when you're being sarcastic and honest. I know you're being honest right now.
Yeah,
but sometimes it's hard to read.
He changed the whole vibe at the commentary station. When Pat McAfee first arrived, Michael Cole, the combination of McMahon being gone and not in his ear, and McAfee turning into his best friend, and they've fallen in love with each other, broski style, and then pulling the freaking pickle out of his ass. Michael Cole became a good commentator, and then Wade Barrett coming in with his humor. The combination of Barrett and McAfee have changed the entire complexion of the commentary scene, and I put a lot of it on McAfee, man. That dude is freaking cool. He's chill. He doesn't need WWE, so when he's there, he's having a good time, and then it's rubbing off on other people. And he's funny. How come people hate Pat McAfee? And he's willing to get in there and take bumps too. The dude's awesome.
To be 100% honest, I think people just remember his comments at Elimination Chamber.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
in
whatever.
Canada.
We all say, as somebody
I know,
who's
I
a
know.
card-carrying member of the says dumb shit sometimes club, I can forgive Pat McAfee. But, bro, as somebody that runs in my own promotion, I pay money to have 10 Pat McAfees backstage. That guy can, you put the camera on that guy, he's going to entertain. You put a mic in his hand, he's going to entertain. You put him in the ring, he's going to take some bumps. That guy's a team player and does the job well. I love Pat McAfee. Sorry.
All right. We are going to the next category, which is for worst non-wrestling performer, GM, manager, etc. We should just call this the WWE award. Well, there's only one AEW person here on the top. Not even what I'm going to announce. So, yeah. Worst non-wrestling performer, GM, manager, etc., etc., etc. Yorkie, we'll start with you.
Kiana James. If it weren't for her, Julia would be in a better position than she is.
Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
I think. I just don't understand the pairing whatsoever. Julia, she was good on her own in NXT, and I just don't understand why they decided to pair them two together when they came to SmackDown.
Well, does Julia have good speak English well?
No, so not that's necessarily. Why. She's getting better. That is why. 100%. But yeah.
For an Italian Japanese lady who was born in Great Britain, she doesn't have good English.
Hold on, no, you can't use that excuse, right? When you've got people like Asuka, obviously you got the Japanese contingent on Raw that don't need someone to speak for them.
No, I'm not giving her a pass.
Ask Vince Russo this.
All right. Why do WWE think that Julia needs a mouthpiece when they don't think that?
I can tell you why.
Go on.
Because if you've got 4 Japanese broads and only one of them could go really well, then she's the one who gets to do that. The rest of you shut the hell up and you can have a mouthpiece. Kiana, you go with her. You two don't talk too much. And Asuka, do your thing. She's awesome. I don't think the other girls can do it the way she does it. She's crazy. She rolls those R's. She sounds like a damn gangster. I'm scared of her. I don't think Julia can do that.
I don't know why they just can't do the promo like they're doing with Io in the past, where she's sat there doing a promo and they've got subtitles on. Just let her talk Japanese or Italian, whichever one she wants to do.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I don't know.
I just honestly think that
it just doesn't make sense putting those two together. That's why I put her as my on-screen worst.
Right on. Unfortunately they take the Sam Roberts spot for me. They're like a non-factor. I was like, oh yeah, Julia and Kiana James. I forgot they existed. That's how bad they were. They didn't even make my list because I forgot they existed, just like Sam Roberts.
Hutch, keep on going. What is your pick for worst non-wrestling performer?
I wrote down Callis. Because I don't think that Don Callis is not really that great. He's gotten a lot of airtime, and lately a little bit I've been kind of liking him a little bit more. But the bro is every worst aspect of every manager ever. Like, I used to think that he was smart. I used to think that the Jackal might have been something, but now I realize, especially after I know people that know him very well now, and I just think he's just a mark for himself. He does everything wrong. He shouldn't be on commentary when his guys are out there. Shouldn't be running around string. What's with the guy? He tries to make himself the center of attention. He's got all these great guys, yet it's the Don Callis family, and it's all about Don Callis, and he's bringing out a screwdriver for his guys. Man, everything he does it the wrong way. If you're gonna have an illegal object that's your thing, it shouldn't be an object that can murder people. The screwdriver's stupid. And he shouldn't be on commentary all the time when his guys are out there. They're putting them over and being the center of attention. And he's cheesy and stupid. And it's just too much. He's not Bobby Heenan, and he's not Jimmy Hart. I don't know what to say.
Not even slick.
He's like a bad freaking Bruce Thorpe. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I want him to be good, but really he's not. He's bad cheese and is not good at his job. Now, if you want to stand there and give me all the reasons why he is good, I might be able to agree with all those reasons too. But when I was making this list, I was just like, man, Shut up, Callus.
Made the list, checked it twice. Andre.
I'm gonna say Ava. Every time she comes on, especially when you put her in comparison to like Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, who I grant are journeyman wrestlers who have been doing this for decades. It's so hard to watch her. She's so bland, monotone. She just, when she's trying to be exciting and like pumped up or something, it comes off as just, yeah, woo, yeah, woo. I find her so just almost.
We all know why she's there, right?
Oh,
100%. And I'm saying, but again, I just don't like her.
To be fair, it frustrates me that she's in that position when you got Regal sat there in backstage, and he was a far better GM for NXT than she ever will be.
Yeah, like to me, it's like, how much is she getting paid a year? Can't you guys just pay her that and tell her to go away? Like, she's obviously there because her dad wants her to have a job. So just give her some money and give her some job to do. Like, why do we have to be afflicted with this? Because it's awful. Like, I almost want to go back now and change all my worst promo, worst talker, all the Monets and Cargill categories above this can all be Ava. Like, she's atrociously bad. And you know what? Since I've already said the R word on this goddamn podcast, I'll be straight up. I would much rather look at Monet and Jade Cargill all day long. She is not an attractive woman, and I do not know why they have her on bloody TV all the time. Like, I'm not an attractive man, and ugly people are cool. They usually have a lot of personality. She does not. She's bland.
You got me.
She's got a bland face, bland personality, bland delivery. Everything's bland. I didn't even think about her till you said her, Andre. But yeah, she's bloody awful.
You had me very concerned when you started this little rant, FYI.
Well, whatever, man. Like, if I'm gonna, you know what? If I'm going to get canceled for that, that's fine. I'm sorry that I'm being a little bit harsh, but like deep down, I'm assuming that the majority of our audience is male watchers, and they all know like I'm not the kind of guy. If you come to me and you say, "Hey, that was inappropriate," I'll say, "Okay, you're right. I'm sorry." Like, I'm not a hard ass. But the truth is, like, what the hell? Like, if we all know that if she was not the Rock's daughter, she wouldn't even got a bloody tryout, let alone be the GM of NXT. What a joke.
The Rock's daughter, you're telling what?
Considering where she was before she was the GM. Part of the schism. Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little under the weather, guys, so I'm a little angry.
I love it. Worst non-wrestling performer. And I'm surprised that no one else had this one. Travis Scott. Need I say more? Travis motherfucking Scott.
He made 3 appearances. That don't count.
That does count. Okay, here's the thing about this. 3 appearances, or however many they were, 2 of them literally can be pinpointed to the downfall of WWE's 2025.
I'll tell you what, then, right, I'm going to change my pick from Keanu James to The Rock. There we go.
There we go.
Because his contribution as non-wrestling thing was worse than Travis Scott's. His contributions led to an angle which didn't happen.
Yeah, and he was a non-wrestling personality this year, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
All right.
So, with that said, worst non-wrestling performer, GM, manager, etc., according to the listeners, with 50% of the vote goes to Travis Scott.
Hey.
In second place, Ava from NXT. In third place, The Rock.
Awesome.
Kept it in the family.
Keep it in the family and friends.
No, Travis Scott is part of the family. He's the inbred son.
Worst gimmick of 2025. We are going to start. You just took a big swig. I want to hear what you have to say, Yorkie. Worst gimmick 2025.
Dark state shit.
I gotta admit, I love this version of Yorkie. Yorkie, is this your like final Pokemon stage? Because like
I've got no more beers left, so yeah.
Yeah, because like Yorkazar is like my favorite so far.
Thank you. Black dark state shit. I don't like it.
You know, Andre, when you first started talking about you're the first category, you were in the middle of saying push and promote at the same time, and you went like promoosh, and then you kept talking. And I was all like, keep wanting to be like, is this you? Have you been promooshed all the way to your final form here, Yorkie? Is this it?
Yes.
This is amazing. I love every moment of this, to say the least. Dark State is my choice as well. They're just shit. What else can we say? Hutch.
You know,
Can I change my vote?
Oh my God.
Pick. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry. I just realised while Dark State was shit, there was one group that was worse, and that was the Wyatt Six. I can't get over how shit they are. Triple H, right? No, right.
Dude, they got
Bray
Aura
Wyatt,
down in
Bray
Mexico.
Wyatt, we love you. I don't give a shit about that. Sorry, dude.
Jesus Christ.
No,
Yeah,
I
I got a lot of S words and F words that I got to bleep out of this. And I'm like, and somehow at the end of it, they're going to be like, you said Ava was unattractive. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What? Me?
Is this going on? Is this going on radio? I didn't realize.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, and it's going on my YouTube page.
I'm so
Our
sorry.
YouTube pages.
Right. The Wyatt Six were terrible. I don't like the gimmick. I think they were full of poo-poo. And it's just not connecting with the crowd.
If you're going to say shite, just really lean into the accent so the algorithm doesn't know what you're saying, okay? Like, shite.
They're a bunch of cunts. There we go.
Cunts.
It's okay. He can say that. He's British.
Well, I'll have to go into the subtitles later.
Fair, right?
If it doesn't catch cunts, then I'll be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, like Glenn and whatever his name is. Yeah. No, it's just I do get what they're trying to do with the Wyatt Six. It's just not hitting, and I've just hit my hand, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no,
it's not hitting. Right. And I feel bad for Bo and Co. It's nah.
The Wyatt Six are like LA Knight. They're great, but they suck, and you're trying to figure out there's something missing, and you want them to be great, but they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's because Bo Dallas is not his brother. Sorry.
That's that. There's a reason why Bo Dallas has lost his job how many times. Hutch, worst gimmick. I know what you're gonna say. Because I know this is yours.
Oh wait, which one? Say it.
Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana.
Well, originally I was trying to make both my lists.
Well, he's making bank now, isn't he?
Yes, but when I first started these lists, I was going to try and make all of my best also my worst. So like Jesse Ventura is the best and the worst. Mr. Iguana was the best gimmick and the worst gimmick. I tried to do that. But honestly, freaking dude, Tommy End this year fell right off. What is with Aleister Black? Like this character, which would have been awesome, was awesome in NXT, was awesome as Malachi. I don't know what is with Aleister Black, but all of the allure is gone. Putting him with Selena, I thought they should have done that day one. And now that I'm getting what I want, it's boring. It's awful. I don't believe them at all. They don't come across as like dark and evil or anything. And I just think they've really missed the window. And now they're trying to give us Aleister Black. And it's like it's a fart in a car, man. It is. For me, I'm like, you've ruined this guy. He's awful now. And I have a feeling like backstage, he might be hard to deal with. I feel like for all of his tattoos and his dark look and everything, I feel like he's one of those guys that's like probably so in touch with himself that he can't even freaking move. You know what I mean? Like, do you see where I'm coming from? Like, I feel like he's probably the guy that has a problem with everything. Just a little problem with everything. The way he reacts to people online. He's always like offended. How dare you people talk about me? I didn't make a public statement about this, so why are people talking about it? It's like, bro, shut up.
Do you know, I don't pay attention to his online stuff. I think he works better as a part of a group than he does on his own. And I think they're just waiting for the right time for maybe it's Damien for them to become a tag team. I don't know, or if they're waiting for Buddy to be better and then he jumps across. I think Aleister Malachi works better as part of a group than he does on his own.
Yeah. Like, I feel like he's doing a promo of like, the deepest, darkest pitches of your soul, and I've come for you, and it's the final days, and the blood from the walls, and whatever. Okay, cut. Here's your croissant, Mr. End. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, okay. How'd you guys?
Sorry, I thought
you know what I mean? Like it's all fake. He's so fake.
I just want you to just like go and with the rest of the categories at this point. I'm so entertained by the two of you right now.
You want to hear me go off on my worst finisher of the year, bro? I'm
Nope.
sure it's probably the only one on your list.
Next, something in my worst gimmick.
Andre,
I'm as much as I hate Dark State, I'm gonna say heel John Cena, bad guy John Cena. It was garbage. It was the top of the WWE card this year, and he sucked as a heel. He was terrible as a bad guy. Did not work. Garbage. Crap. Bad.
No, it won't. He made that kid in Belgium cry.
Yeah,
that
great. Everything. 1 week does not make everything work. So much garbage.
Fine.
So much garbage.
Yeah.
my choice. It's not as a fun one, but it's just something that I literally wanted to change the channel on each and every single time this person showed up on TV, and that's Max Caster's best wrestler alive bullshit. I cannot stand it.
Oh, brilliant.
You don't watch AEW.
Hey, you don't have an opinion.
I've seen clips. It made me laugh.
All right, wow.
That's
it, Boris. Your opinion has no weight. Yorkie
Exactly. He watched clips.
And you don't know what you're talking about. Awesome. I
love Yorkie.
Like, you don't watch AEW.
He's the best wrestler alive today.
Actually, you know what? That was like after he started doing it like 5, 6, 7 times. Now I liked it. It came all the way back around to being awesome. Like, let's go, Max! You're the best wrestler alive. Like
it's when it
was awesome.
It's when they tried to get the Scissor Sisters back together again.
It's the alive part. He split it into 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Dude, it actually ended up being great. But yes, I can see why you hated it, Boris.
Listener votes for the worst gimmick in 2025. It was John Cena as a heel was number one with 25% of the votes. With
how many?
18% of the votes, we have the Death Riders. Also on the list, we have the Learning Tree, Max Caster, Mr. Iwana. 1 vote for Mr. Iwana, which came from Mr. Hutch over here. Here's an interesting one.
Wyatt 6. Oh.
Wyatt 6 did come up a few times. I didn't tabulate the full percentage. Okay. Chad Gable as El Gran Americano came up a few times.
That's stupid.
Well,
but Chad Gable
in comparison.
Comparison.
No, I thought, right, fair enough. Ludwig Kaiser as Chad Gable. As next category.
With as Chad Gable. Ludwig Kaiser as Chad Gable.
Worst finisher in 2025. Probably the rest of this show. Hutch, we'll start with you.
Did you say breast of this show?
Rest.
Oh, because my worst finisher of the year is the mother's milk, but also my worst finisher of the year is the assisted mother's milk with freaking Bane and Shafir together. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Where she lies on the ground and is and then she gorilla press slams her onto Marina Shafir, who then smothers her. I'm like, what is this? But yeah, the mother's milk. There's some universes and some people that might put you in that move where you'd be like, I'm up for that. But I think as a Marina Shafir finisher, it's the last few times I've seen her put it on people, I kind of was almost buying it. I'm like, man, choke, just smothering this chick. But really, it's a bad move. But the assisted mother's milk is the bad one. The gorilla press slam into the mother's milk. What is that?
Can I just say I have no idea what the mother's milk is because I've not watched clips of it.
So Marina Shafir takes somebody's face, puts it into her chest, and she's not the most well-endowed woman, so it works for her. She puts it against her chest, and then she smothers them like a sleeper hold into their chest. So imagine a sleeper hold, but you're getting smothered into her breast. So it's the mother's milk. It's not sexualized in any fashion because she's like an A cup. She's a smaller lady and she's like a badass fighter. So you don't think of it that way. If any other woman did it, you might see online comments, Harley Cameron couldn't be pulling off the mother's milk without people being like, woohoo, put me in the mother's milk, but yeah, I don't know. It's not a great move. And it certainly is weird when people get gorilla press slammed into it. There you go, Yorkie. Floor is yours, bud.
I'm going to go with the spear, namely Jey Uso spear, because it's crap.
Son of a
Yep.
man!
There's too many spears going on in wrestling at the moment. There needs to be only one, but there isn't. Just eliminate the worst one, which is Jey Uso's.
I'm going to say Jey Uso spear and Ricky Saints spear because they're both crap.
Yeah, like who decided everybody's doing the spear all of a sudden?
Yep.
It's
Mine's Ricky Saints spear because, remember when everyone thought Edge's spear was unrealistic back in 2001 or whenever he started doing it?
I still think it's awful.
I know, but I'm just saying. And now you have guys who are like a quarter of the size of Edge trying to do a spear.
Yeah. So. In fact, Jay, I almost forget that he does that move. Like, Jey Uso should not be using a spear as a finisher. Like, you're not Roman Reigns. Like, stop it. Stop.
Yep. Worst finisher in 2025, according to the listeners, is when Logan Paul tries to do the buckshot lariat.
Does it better than CM Punk.
True.
Yeah. Also on this, we have Logan Paul's pulverizer. We also have John Cena's STF. We also had, what else did we get here? We had Naomi's butt jump.
Yeah, thingy. And didn't Asuka start incorporating a butt jump move this year? It was awful. And they the Empress, they have a name for it, the Empress attack or something.
Naomi's rear view has always been the rear view.
Yeah, but they've given it to Asuka now, and they haven't with a name for it.
Yeah. We also have the GG driver, Nikita Lyons split-legged crotch drop, the BFT, the Rainmaker. A lot of choices here.
Dude, BFT is great. You can get people into it out of nowhere. What about Monet's move? That's awful. Bloody hell.
Bank statement.
And then there was something I saw.
The moneymaker is you flip a person off her back into a DDT. 99%.
Remember the first time she tried doing that?
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom.
Freaking awful.
Ugh, garbage. And she went and did it again.
Match of the year in 2025. Andre, we'll start with you.
Well, there's two choices from the same pay-per-view. I'm going to pick specifically the one that I hated more. That's the men's War Game match from War Games. It's Survivor Series War Games. I hated it. It was, especially in comparison to watching AEW a week and change before. Everything was comedy. They were doing comedy with the weapons. It was so bad. I hated it. I thought you ruined that match. The women didn't do any better, but they ruined this match with the goofiness with the weapons. I'm like, it was so sanitized. I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah, the biggest issue with the War Games matches this year, I think that the reaction was so negative. They were not good. I'm not even trying to defend them. But what made them worse was the fact that 2 weeks prior, we saw Blood and Guts, right? That's what really, really hurt War Games this year. So counter-program that. Yorkie, worst match of the year.
Lesnar versus Cena, WrestlePalooza 2025. A pointless match. Why having it baffles me. You got John Cena on his last year, and then you decide to have him squashed by Brock Lesnar. What's the point? At least make it competitive. No. It was an 8-minute squash, pretty much. I would have rather it have been a bit more competitive. I did not like it whatsoever.
I could see that. Hutch, worst match of the year.
I only wrote down one, so your pie chart will only have one, but I actually have three. I just didn't write them all down.
Go ahead.
Multi-man match. Worst match has got to be the women's War Games match. Everything that Andre said, only worse. No stakes. They were laughing. They're laughing in the match.
So was Punk.
I don't know, no blood, no tension, no worries that anybody was going to get hurt. You said, sanitized. I feel like AJ Lee skipped down to the ring, climbed up. Oh, body splash, everybody. It was sadly bad. Sadly badly. Next, what I think is actually the worst match of the year because of the disappointment factor. Eddie Kingston's return against Big Bill. Like what a fart in a car that was. Like, oh my Lord. And you can't blame Morrissey either. I think he's done really well lately, and I think he could be WWE bound one day. I really like Big Bill. I think there's a lot there that's not being like, he's one of those guys. He's going to be a wrestler for 15 years before he's suddenly a good wrestler. So I hope he gets there one day. But biggest disappointment of the year for me, poor Doki breaking his elbow at Wrestle Kingdom beginning of the year against El Desperado. Like man, that derailed so much for him and really ruined that match, and even like kind of screwed up El Desperado's year. Like he didn't want that belt. He was like, oh, God damn it. Like it was a really unfortunate moment in time.
And it's created one of the worst gimmicks that Doki doesn't want to wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom now.
Yeah. Like all of it's just awful.
Yeah.
So that was really unfortunate because man, when it happened and when he did I don't know, it always happens. So many guys, like this is the same thing that happened to Penelope Ford this year. The exact same move. These sentons to the outside, like feet first when you come back and then you have to brace yourself. And it's like kind of what happened to Finn Balor and like when he lost to you, like he going back against the barricade. And it's just not quite timed right. You saw Doki's elbow like pop out and pop back in. And you saw him trying to like, it's okay, I can go. And they're like, no, you're done. Like it was a really unfortunate moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always proud of myself when I can go back to the beginning of the year and remember shit because we all have recency bias, when it comes to
that was a great one. Great choice. I forgot about that match, to be honest.
Yeah.
My choice happened on a random TV on SmackDown on September 26th. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. This match was an absolute mess. This match had that weird ending. This match was just absolute trash.
This was my number 2 choice.
Yeah, this is like telltale. Like these people should not be on TV. No. Like they need house shows, they need tours. Like I think one of the best things that Tony Khan could do would be turn ROH into a touring brand. Just have it tour, just stream from venues, and just have all of your talent that don't have enough ring time, get them in the ring constantly, like 5 nights a week. You're paying these people so much money, have them work for you.
Listener votes for worst match of 2025. They all agree with Yorkie, as John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza was voted for the worst match in 2025 with 30% of the votes. In second place, we have Cody and Jay versus Cena and Logan Paul from Money in the Bank. In third place, we have the women's War Games match. And in fourth place, we have the men's War Games match. And then I'm pretty sure that this is David Brightly's vote, and that's Effie versus Cara Noir from GCW.
Can I just ask, right? Do you reckon the War Games matches are voted because obviously it was done so close to Blood and Guts?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a bias there for me. I'll say there's a definite bias because if Blood and Guts had happened in like May, I don't think there'd be as much of a comparison for me, but because I saw them 2 weeks apart, I thought they were just even terrible. And the fact that you're making people are laughing and making jokes out of weapons.
Like there was a lot of bad GCW matches this year too. Like Espanol, like that whole Hammerstein show earlier with poor Alley Catch, like screwing up her leg and everything. Like that was a bad show altogether. So yeah, like we'll keep GCW off of this platter, or else we're all going to be full before we get to the main course. There's a lot to eat there.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I just realized, we could have voted for worst on-screen talent. Fucking Vince Russo returning to Juggernaut Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, I haven't even delved into that yet.
Yeah,
exactly. Worst feud of the year in 2025 in pro wrestling. Yorkie, we're going to start with you.
The wrestling was all right, but because it went on and on and on, pains me to say it, but I'm going to go Trick. And it's the champion. His name's just purely going on. Oba. Fucking hell. Do you know what? I need to stop drinking.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Joe Hendry.
I think you have stopped drinking.
I have. No, I completely forgot his name. Yeah, Trick and Oba. No, it was all right. Oh, well, I need my rematch. I'll give you your rematch. I beat you. I want my rematch again. Oh, but I beat you. But I'll give you a rematch. Oh.
Hutch? Worst feud of the year.
Wyatt's and MFTs has been a real letdown. So that's what I put down. Because it's like when, I don't know. It hasn't been that great. I'm sure if I gave it more thought, I could probably come up with something better. But I remember at the time I wrote that down and I was like, yeah, that sucks enough to be on the list.
Audrey.
Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. They just could not get that shit to work. The promos didn't work together. The matches didn't work. It was bad. And I really felt, because I love myself some Blake Monroe. I'm a big fan of her from when she was in Stardom, when she worked in AEW. And her NXT run had not been strong. And even Jordan Grace, she's had some real falters this year since coming over full time, and putting them together was a falter, in my opinion.
Oh, I've got some bad news for you, Andre. I don't think he's finished yet.
No, I know. Nothing Hale's involved in it all, so.
Yep. My choice for worst feud of the year is Jey Uso versus Gunther. It's just something that just really fell flat. Should have been a lot bigger than it really was. Royal Rumble winner. You would think that this gets more attention, but this goes back to the Jey Uso.
It was also decided a month too early. They made that match official a month too early.
Listeners agree with Hutch. Wyatt's versus MFTs with 25% of the votes as worst feud of the year. In second place, NXT versus TNA. In third place, we have Jey Uso versus Gunther. I wanted to call out LA Knight versus anyone as a choice, which, Yorkie, is that yours?
No, I've said my mistake.
I know. All right. Worst angle of the year can be a one-off or recurring thing that happened throughout 2025 in pro wrestling. Hutch, we'll start with you.
Well, I feel like one or two of them just recently got resolved, but I wrote down everything that's still going on from last year. So like Street Profits, Death Riders, The Acclaimed, Miz and Mello, like bloody hell, Stretch Armstrong, Triple H stretching out all of these storylines forever. Like even Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Now, in the last few weeks or month, a lot of this stuff's been resolved. I feel like Miz and Mello, obviously, they're not going to do anything there. But just a lot of stuff that just kept going and going and going, Energizer Bunny style. So all of the worst angles were the stuff that just wouldn't end.
Yeah,
in that case,
see that.
In that case, I'm going to go with NXT versus TNA. Because
I can see that.
It kept going on and on. And they're using the B talent from NXT in TNA, and I'm like,
they're not even using the B talent. Lexus King is involved. That's D talent at this point.
But like the Trick stuff worked perfectly. The Trick stuff was good. But outside of Trick, even Kehlani Jordan, her little run there, not great. Like it just didn't work. The Trick worked, but everything else did not.
Andre,
John Cena blaming the fans 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I put out a whole video about, like, I couldn't wait for him to come out and tell us why. And when the reason was, you fans are mean, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
We haven't been mean in years.
Like, it was just
the funniest part.
Yeah.
Like, you could not have thought of a worse. Like, I could give you 10 right now. Like, I could give you a ton of reasons. But the whole, like, I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind that they went that way. I was like, you gotta be joking.
I guess I am next, and I am going to go with Kazarian cashing in on Santana. This pisses me off for so many reasons. You do this huge build, Slammiversary, in Santana's backyard, you don't give him the win. You know what? I'll forgive that. Whatever. It is what it is. Sometimes it leads to intrigue for the big moment where he finally gets that W. Bound for glory comes, he gets that dub. And guess what TNA does? TNA is gonna TNA, and they take a 3.5 week hiatus. The first episode back, the crowning moment for Santana, and he loses the title after a weird cash-in scenario to Kazarian. I love Kazarian, loved Kazarian, but I just don't understand. You have someone who can honestly lead TNA right now at this point. Someone who the fans actually give a shit about. Someone who can put on a good match with literally anyone. And you give the belt to Kazarian? And then his first defense is against freaking Fandango? What the f*** is going on, TNA? What the fuck? I keep giving you chances. And what pisses me off the most about TNA is the fact that I have to watch all that for Slam Wrestling because I still cover it.
It's weird. It's like we always say TNA is going to TNA, but it's like different management all the time. Like,
yeah, that's the craziest part.
Yeah, it's like some kind of weird like spirit, like latched onto the lower chakra of the acronym TNA or something. It's like if I got hired as a creative mind over at TNA, would I suddenly become retarded? Is it like I said it again? Would I suddenly become brain dead? Like what's going on? Like it's like a stigma related to the freaking name?
Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like literally the only person that was able to avoid this was Scott D'Amore.
I was there in Edmonton for the build and the Trick and Santana promos and what they were doing to build that match were incredible. And then they had a great match at Bound for Glory, and then you ruin it as you do, as TNA does.
There has to be a reason. Like I keep waiting for the reason to come out. Like, was he hurt? Was there something going on? Like, there has to be a reason why.
Like,
and I'm just waiting for it to come out.
Santana's contract being up, but that was too in your face. They wouldn't do that on TV. Like, it's just so stupid. I just don't get it, man. I just don't understand it. I don't understand TNA sometimes. And this is like the biggest blunder that they honestly could have done. You had the biggest gate. Yeah, it wasn't for this match, but you had the biggest gate. You had momentum. People are actually watching your show. And you do this and you fumble it on a live episode of Impact right before your biggest show in years as they move to AMC in just a month. I just don't get it.
It's too bad. Scott was doing really well. Part of me thought they should have kept him on even as like a fake figurehead because like the fans seem to like him because of what he did over the last few years. And a lot of people are like, why? Why did this happen? And you need to really look at the truth of the matter is that what most people don't know is that Scott was spending money like water. He was asking for more money at a time that they wanted to spend less. He was spending way too much money, and it was extremely frowned upon that he was banging one of the talent. And you don't really think about it because they're like, oh, but they're like a couple now, right? It's kind of sweet. It's not sweet. A lot of people were really mad that he brought her in, started banging her, put the title on her, and kept pushing her. And you can see over at MLP, she's going to be the women's champ for like the next 5 years. A lot of people are like, this is not professional. And when we ask you to budget, you come back to us with like hundreds of thousands more than what we budgeted for you. Guess what? See ya. So that's what happened there, man.
Yep.
Like right when they're like, hey, we're gonna tighten the noose a little bit. He was like, well, I want all this money because I want to do this and I want to do that. And they're like, you're already on thin ice, banging what's her face. Okay, so you know what? In fact, get out of here. Well, how about I buy the brand? How about I buy the brand? No, get out of here. Like they were mad at him.
That takeover also didn't go very well at the very end there. All right, so that is the worst angle. Worst angle voted upon by the listeners. The entire John Cena heel run, minus the turn itself, was voted with 65% of the votes. I can see that.
Yep.
Death Riders was number 2 with about 10% of the votes. Then we also had, well, some people said Kazarian, some people said TNA. We got MJF joining the Hurt Business. That's something that happened this year. Remember that? Remember that nonsense that only one person in this world tried to honestly say was a good thing?
Hey, dude, I saw a lot of potential in the Jeff Jarrett like run for the title with MJF by his side, manipulating him. Like, I'm a Jarrett fan nowadays, and I hate to say it, you put him in the ring, he probably has better fundamentals than almost any single person in AEW. Like, he can probably put a match together better than anybody there, at least a real match. That's not just a spot fest. But there was potential there, especially because we all hate him. Like, things that you hate garner attention. I think there was a lot of potential there, but I just don't think anybody has enough creative chops to get it done. I'm always amazed at some of the direction these people go. It could have been good if it was done right.
Yeah, that that's the case with a lot of things in wrestling, right? Could have been good if done right. She could have been good if booked right. He could have been better if booked right, which leads us into the next category, which is they really dropped the ball on, and I'm going to be going first on this one because this one did bother me. This one had so much potential, and they completely effed it up, and that's Ron Killings. Everything about this was leading up to such an awesome moment at Money in the Bank. Damn you, Netflix show. Damn you, and just for just creating this angle for that show, the whole Ron Killings thing, and then they followed up with what? With what? Nothing. Hutch. They really dropped the ball on.
Ron Killings.
There we go.
I think, okay, when I like to think about how I would have done it, I try and keep things in the box that it is right now. So by SummerSlam, they want to get back to the status quo. They want him to be face. And, you know, that's what they like. Obviously, this heel run is not working. Ron Killings was your way of turning him face without it just being a stupid promo. I mean, honestly, he shows up, screws you over, shaves his head. You have the match against each other, right? I think Cena won, but it was non-title, whatever. Ron Killings is the guy who comes into the ring and is all like, says all the stuff that we know is real. Like, hey, I know you're on this tour because they got you by the balls. Like, I know you're part of Hollywood. I know that this is an insurance thing. You can't do any physicality anymore. So you're doing your final tour because you got to sign a contract with the Illuminati, with the Hollywood bigwigs. You want to be like Rock. You want to be one of the 1%. And you got to sign this contract because you can't do wrestling anymore because wrestling's lowbrow. And you can't get hurt. And it's multi-millions and millions of dollars. I understand, John. I understand all your frustration. You know, but he's the one who's basically saying, we see, you think we can't see you? We see you. I see exactly what you're doing, and I'm ashamed of you. And it's like, it's Ron Killings that could have got him to be like, you're right. Like, you're right. I'm sorry. He's like, John, your time is up. Our time is now. This is your time. He's like, you think they have you by the balls? You have them by the balls. Right now, you've signed the contract. You've done everything. This is your final chance. Do you think if you go in there and you have the best matches of your life and you go all good guy, you think they're going to not give you the next movie? He's like, right now is the time where you have the most power. They have the most invested in you, and they're trying to manipulate you to go the way they want. And right now is the time you get to go, no, this is my last 6 months. Screw you guys. Where's John Cena? Screw Hollywood, screw the money, and screw Rock. Like, what's wrong with you? And he goes, oh my God, Ron, you're right. You know, bam, and Cena's back. They could have used him as the catalyst for him being shaking it off and being like, I'm sorry, what's wrong with me? And Ron Killings could have called out every single thing. I know you, The Rock's in your ear. I know Travis Scott's in your ear. I know TKO's in your ear. I know Hollywood's in your ear. He's like, you got to ignore these people. You're John Cena. Your time isn't up yet. Your time is now. It's your last time is now. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like, man, it was all there. And they just didn't happen. And even Ron Killings could have gone back to the status quo. Like, as soon as he turned babyface, Ron Killings gets to be our truth again. Like, hey, like, you know what I mean? It all could have been right there. Or leave, could have had a TNA run. Imagine him going to TNA, taking on Trick, being the champ. Like, they could have given him the belt down there, done something. There was so much meat on that bone. And it's just, I am so thoroughly disgusted and disappointed with the creative in WWE. It's like next level, it's like a betrayal. Like, what is wrong with you people?
That's the Hutch I've been waiting for all episode. There we go. Andre, you can follow that up.
Julia, because I think she's absolutely incredible. Had a really good NXT run. Had a great year with Marigold and Stardom before that, and they just could not do anything with her. So Julia, I'm not gonna get that past.
I can see that. Yorkie.
Can I just say that was a very well done speech there, Hutch?
Yeah, it was. It was inspiring. Almost inspired me.
It makes sense. So I'm just going to say they dropped the ball on the whole WWE creative because it's just been terrible this year.
Has been.
Hmm?
And Yorkie, question for you. For someone who, like, all jokes aside, who doesn't really watch AEW, like, how difficult is it to continue watching wrestling when WWE is doing so shit?
With a lot of patience.
Yeah,
because
I can imagine.
There are bits I like, I'm not going to deny that. I do. I'm a huge Punk. I'm a huge Punk mark. So I will say, anytime he's on screen, I like it, regardless of what's been going. Because I don't think he's put a foot wrong. To be fair, I love Gunther. I don't think he's put a foot wrong this year. I think his runs have been a bit. Originally, I was going to say for this thing, I was going to say Stephanie Bouquet, because they brought her up, they gave her the title, and then they did nothing. I know they weren't going to give her the title because of the Naomi pregnancy, but at least have some sort of idea what you're going to do with the title. You don't give her the title and then have her not on TV for a month. Do you know what I mean?
It's all very odd.
Yeah.
So
WWE right now is just in a really, really weird position. So I like your answer.
It's what Hutch was saying earlier on. Was it shitception? Or
what?
I forgot what you called it. Not shitception. The shitocracy. I don't know. Whether I forgot what you called it.
I forgot too.
You said there was a guy who was doing a documentary on how WWE does stuff good.
Oh, the shitification of WWE.
Yeah, basically. And I think that's what they're doing at the moment, because I will say there was a time, I think it was a couple of years ago when Baron Corbin was shoved down our throats.
Yeah.
Remember that? I went off. It was wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. I love Big E, but it's when he got the title and there was like everything else was Baron Corbin this, Baron Corbin that. It was like the last few years of Vince McMahon. I went proper off WWE. I was like not even watching the stuff. I was just reading. I was like, what I'm doing with AEW now. I was watching the clips. I was reading spoilers. I was like, I don't even want to watch it. I'll just read what's going on and all that lot. And then when Triple H has come back, I've started watching it again, and it just feels like this is like the end of that cycle where it's just shit again. And I don't want to. I don't want to like stop watching WWE. So what I'm going to do, and you're going to hear it from me first, to make it worse for myself, I'm going to start watching AEW again. So I've got more choice for next year.
Holy shit. The biggest takeaway from the best and the worst of 2025 is Yorkie will be watching AEW again. WWE is so shite
that
we got a new AEW viewer.
Oh, they dropped the ball on keeping Yorkie as an exclusive fan.
There we go. Creative is so bad that Yorkie is watching AEW. Fine. Yeah, I already went. I think we're done, which means that it is now time for the listeners' vote. With 60% of the vote, John Cena's heel turn. Do you see the trend in this, people? Do you see the trend in this? Along with that, in second place was Ron Killings. In third place was The Rock and John Cena.
There you go.
There we go. And in fourth place was Julia. So go figure.
Yeah.
And then we also saw TNA not pulling the trigger on Mike Santana. There's a few votes for that. I see some Lyra Valkyria, Drew McIntyre. Yeah, so yeah, all of these things, very frustrating. Mostly WWE things. Or something that WWE's been influencing. We'll see.
Yeah.
Most overrated performer, stipulation, what have you. Hutch, we'll let you go first. It's been a while since I've heard your beautiful voice.
Most overrated performer, I had Jey Uso. I wanted to put him in some of the earlier categories, but I decided, I try not to double up. So I put him down here. And most overrated stipulation, everybody seems to love this. So maybe it's just me.
I don't.
Anarchy in the Arena. I could go the rest of my life without ever seeing another Anarchy in the Arena match. Thank you very much.
I hate these matches. But that's not my most overrated stipulation. Mine is the War Games match. I think we've hit the end of the road with the War Games matches. I think we're at a point now where we can go back to the traditional Survivor Series matches. let's be honest here. With blood and guts, the way that it is, it just shows you how bad WWE booking and how creative can be. And the worst part is you can make a interesting War Games match without blood. You really can. But they choose not to. They choose to turn it into a joke. They choose to turn it into a comedy fest. They choose to have people yeeting until the big bad heel comes out. It's just horrible. I don't get it. I don't like it. Let's go back to Survivor Series traditional matches. Yorkie, you're next.
In terms of overrated gimmick, I agree with you, Boris. I love a War Games match, but it is a bit saturated now. When you got WWE doing it, you've got AEW doing it, you've got MLW doing it. It's time to give it a rest. In terms of superstar, I'm going to say John Moxley because I think he's overrated. I don't give a shit if I haven't watched AEW this year. I still think he's overrated.
You saw clips where he was overrated.
F you, Boris. I would have said he's overrated even if I haven't watched any clips.
Andre.
I'm with Boris. War Games, just terrible. I said it earlier when I was shitting on the men's match. It's bad. And then for performer, just so I want to, Jeff Jarrett, because I don't like him.
There we go.
Oh, I see. We're going to war over Jeff Jarrett, are we?
Oh,
War Games match.
You don't want to go to war with Hutch because he tells you off, and then you don't want him you don't want him telling you off.
Dude, for like Jeff Jarrett's the worst for years and years and years and years and years and years until you get to around mid 2023, and then he's like the greatest wrestler alive right now. Like he is. He's so good. Like you put him in the ring against anybody, and it shows you just how bad modern wrestlers are. They don't know their fundamentals at all. It's crazy.
And yet he's not putting his expertise out there to the talent.
No, he's a bit of a
yeah. Well, maybe AEW is schmuck. Anyway, I'll be watching the next day to tell you.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen clips.
Most overrated performer, stipulation, etc. They agreed with most of us here in the panel as War Games is the most overrated thing in professional wrestling in 2025 with 50% of the votes. In second place, Jey Uso. In third place, LA Knight. There we go.
All right.
See the trends?
Do you know what annoys me though is the fact that during the whole build-up for Survivor Series, they had built up over weeks and weeks and weeks this fucking 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match, and instead of putting it on the Survivor Series pay-per-view, they put it on SmackDown. Idiots. Piss me off. Sorry, I need to get off my chest. That's been building up for ages. I just wanted to get off my chest.
But that's the thing, right? And then it's something that I've mentioned a few times, where SmackDown gets the shit end of the stick for one reason or another. Either it's the night before or the week after the pay-per-view. There'll always be a match on SmackDown that should have been part of the pay-per-view. We saw it at WrestleMania with the TLC tag team match.
It's like the opposite. It's like the opposite of AEW. WWE is always like, that SmackDown match should have been on the pay-per-view. And with AEW, you're like, half of these matches should have just been on Dynamite. My God. It's the opposite.
Yep.
Hey, let's keep going.
Worst event pay-per-view in wrestling in 2025. Hutch, I know exactly which one is yours because it's the one that only has one vote.
Well, I mean, I realized I mentioned it earlier, and I'm glad I've now realized it's here. It's the People versus GCW at the Hammerstein this year. Like, well, man, they are snake bit with that venue. Poor GCW. What an awful, awful show.
Mm-hmm.
Andre.
Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah.
Bad show.
Nothing else to say. Yorkie.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going to go Survivor Series.
Yep. I will go with Survivor Series as well. Here's the funny part. The listener votes came in with 35% of the vote, WWE WrestlePalooza. With 20% of the vote, WWE Survivor Series. With 10% of the vote, WWE WrestleMania. And then there was a bunch of randoms.
I don't agree with that last one.
I don't get it with WrestlePalooza.
I think people think of the main event and blame the entire both nights for it.
They forget the fact they had that. Obviously, AJ Lee return and other stuff. But anyway,
worst TV show that features in-ring action. Yorkie, we'll start with you.
SmackDown.
Yep, that's my vote. SmackDown. Andre.
It's so bad it got canceled. WWE Speed.
Yes.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
I forgot about that too. That goes into my forget about category. I got SmackDown, right? It's just been bad. It's been boring.
Yep. 85% of the vote went to WWE SmackDown. Need we say more? 85%. 85%. 85%. Worst supporting media in professional wrestling. Hutch, do you have one for this?
I don't know. You skipped worst promotion, so I have that on the thing here.
That's
I
the
don't
last
have...
one.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, I have nothing in supporting media, and I have nothing in worst TV show, non-WWE. Yep. So I got nothing there, bud.
All right. Andre.
Anything Jim Cornette puts out.
I can see that. Yep. Andre, anything for you? Worst supporting media? Can be book, digital series, network show.
You mean Yorkie?
You said it.
You mean Yorkie?
Oh, yeah.
Are we on about me now? Juggalo Championship Wrestling. That's getting that. Anything that Vince Russo is involved with.
Yep. With 40% of the votes, and this is my choice also, WWE Unreal on Netflix.
No.
It influenced way too much. It influenced way too much on TV. It influenced way too much on TV, and we're seeing this happen yet again this year with the whole Ron Killen stuff, with AJ Lee's return, with a bunch of other things. It's influencing way too much of things that's happening on TV, and it goes to show you, to Hutch's point for the past several months, the corporate the corporification of WWE.
Yeah, it's awful.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, if we didn't have Unreal, we wouldn't have known how out of shape Jey Uso is. Because I'll be honest, because he gets blown up after doing his entrance, doesn't he? I wouldn't have known that if it were for Unreal. I'd be like, oh, he's just a bit out of breath. But no, he gets blown up a lot. Means that he can't do it. He's not in the game. All right, I'll shut up. Sorry.
WTF moment of the year. You were embarrassed to be a wrestling fan when this happened. Hutch, we'll start with you.
Obviously, The Rock on Pat McAfee with all of his excuses of why he doesn't. Oh, I think they'll be fine without me. That was embarrassing. That was stupid. But really, the most embarrassing thing of the year was that Travis Scott ended up being exactly what everybody knew he was gonna be. It's another reason why I'm like, these people don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, you actually had conversations with the guy. I don't even know this person. And the minute I saw him on TV, I was like, this is a stupid idea. They had conversations with him and they couldn't figure out it was a stupid idea. What the hell is wrong with WWE? Like, you could smell the mistake all over this guy the minute he came out. Just the way he moved, just coming out with a custom hardcore belt. Like, this guy's obviously a mark, but not a smark. He's an idiot. And they put him on TV.
Just remember, his debut was on the debut of Raw on Netflix. And what did he have in his hand? What was he doing during that entrance?
And that's another thing. Okay, Travis, that's the beginning. This is what's driving me nuts.
Here
we all had such. Here we go. You ready for another one? Netflix on Raw on Netflix at the beginning of the year. We're like, I think, how did we all feel at that time? We were all like, oh my God, freedom. Travis Scott's coming out and smoking weed on TV. The Rock is swearing. They're gonna have no time constraints. They're gonna be able to swear. It's gonna be the return of the Attitude Era. It's gonna be the greatest year of wrestling we've ever had. It's gonna be freaking cowboys and Indians. It's gonna be awesome. And it was literally not that. It was the complete opposite of that. It was the most squeaky clean corporate freaking bullshit. It was awful. Every aspect of it was off. Everything we thought we were going to get, they took it all away and also took away all the stuff we liked that we were starting to like. I cannot believe how the 1 year anniversary is literally going to be the 1 year anniversary of the ultimate freaking letdown of all time. Everything we thought was going to happen, they did the complete opposite and destroyed. 2024 was the resurgence of WWE, and 2025 put WWE in the effing toilet. Unbelievable. From the hype and it's the word I'm looking for. the excitement we had for the future.
The grandeur. Yeah.
Like unbelievable.
That's the sound when you go to a toilet as well.
Like literally came out on TV smoking a blunt on the first Netflix. We're like, baby, this is gonna be a year to remember. And it is.
It was.
For all the wrong freaking reasons, man. Holy.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been a horrible year, to say the least. Andre.
Travis Scott ruining wrestling.
Yeah.
I gotta go with that. I really feel like Travis Scott ruined wrestling. Yeah.
He single-handedly ruined WWE. Like, let's be honest here.
I can't believe they put him on freaking Mania. They put him in the biggest story. The fact that he was there and he was a non-wrestling person, that was kind of cool. It's like, oh, the Illuminati, the 1%, the people that run the entertainment industry, and John Cena wants to be a part of them. Like, I put together a storyline of like the reason we had Twice in a Lifetime was once in a lifetime was real, but Twice in a Lifetime was a whole year of The Rock in Cena's ear. Like, you want to be part of this? Like, you're doing your acting thing, right? You want to be part of the 1%? It's like, trust me, I got enough power. By next, I could have the belt on me. I'll put the belt on you at WrestleMania. We'll do it. We'll get it back on you. You're like, the whole thing could have been manipulation. And then you've got the 10 years of Cena, like doing his open challenges and being like the good guy, changing from his mentality, like all manipulation to get to this point. Like, I had a whole storyline written where Twice in a Lifetime was The Rock in Cena's ear saying, you want to be part of the Illuminati? Let's go. And then this was the culmination of it all. And the fact that there was non-wrestling personalities involved gave it legitimacy, because obviously the Illuminati isn't pro wrestling. It's going to be like sports and TV and movies and stuff, right? Which The Rock is a huge part of now. Dude, they could not have shat the bed on this worse, only because there were so many avenues. Like, they created this street and they're like, oh yeah, we've had a problem with construction. There's a problem here. Okay, we got to dynamite this. Let's go that way. Let's go this way. Okay, let's go underground. Okay, well, let's build a bridge. They didn't do anything. Like, I cannot believe they had so many creative avenues and they just shat on everything. And they were just basically like, just buy the tickets to the next thing, and this is what we're going to do instead. Like, there was no payoff or satisfaction to anything. We're just fodder for their machine, and it's a freaking insult.
The biggest issue I have is that there was no pivot. They doubled down on things.
What I mean? Year. Like, there's no creativity here. Like, I just don't get it. Like, the biggest test in life is how you deal with death. Like, when you're on your deathbed, if you're the guy cracking the jokes and making everybody feel comfortable with the fact that their father, their grandfather, their patriarch, somebody they love is dying in front of them, if you can make everybody feel better, then you've done your job. I know that's a weird analogy, but WWE was presented with awful things, and they're the only ones that can change it and make it good, and they didn't. They did the exact opposite. They basically looked at us in the face and said, hey, go F yourself, and by the way, tickets are an extra 10% this year. Like, it really was a freaking insult. Like, I became a massive AEW fan this year just because they don't insult you. They respect you. They might give you too much and they might be marks for themselves, but at least they're marks. Like, WWE, they don't even like wrestling anymore. It's crazy.
Yorkie, WTF moment of the year.
I'm going to go down a different route. I'm going to go down the route of the year that WWE was butt by Travis Scott. I don't need to say anything else because Hutch has said everything. Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know how he's going to edit this one on that.
Do you guys disagree with me?
I'm not. I completely agree with you. I agree completely with everything Hutch
I'm going to add to this.
Okay.
The fact that Mark Shapiro was able to make Vince McMahon a good guy, feel more human, wishing that he was back, understanding his business decisions, the fact that Mark Shapiro was able to honestly make us think, that Vince guy.
And I like how we haven't even mentioned Saudi Arabia once during the worst of the year, because we all just don't even pretend it's real. Like, we don't even want to acknowledge it. Like, it's crazy. I can't believe Turkey came out and announced WrestleMania a year early. So not only WWE had to announce Mania and Royal Rumble both in Saudi, and like, people were just not gonna, like, they could have given us Rumble and then later on announced Mania, but we had to deal with both of them, and it just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I'm sorry I stepped on you there, Boris.
No, I think the biggest WTF moment of the year can be symbolized with 3 letters. TKO. Nothing else to say. Worst promotion of the year. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm sorry. We got to go to the listeners' votes because it was TKO. I can honestly tell you that 100% of the votes in some shape, way, or form involved Brock Lesnar's return, Rock bailing, Travis Scott, anything Saudi related, everything bad that people said in this WTF moment of the year involved TKO, which brings us to the last category of the year, worst promotion. Hutch?
I guess it's got to be TKO. I have NWA written here, GCW written here. And if I really want to go outside the box, I can say Cinta de Oros Promotions, which is freaking the guy Sin Cara, like the fake Sin Cara, not Mystico, the guy with the serious anger issues. Yeah, he has his own promotion down in Mexico and can't seem to run more than one show every couple months. Nobody seems to like his ass. What a failure that is. But TKO, you've convinced me, Boris. You've destroyed wrestling for all of us this year.
I'm not saying WWE. I will say TKO, but I'm not saying WWE. Because that's
okay. You don't want to lose your paycheck.
I wish I was getting paid.
Andre?
Jesus,
okay, I agree with you. TKO is the worst promotion here, but I'm also going to say New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And as a guy from mid 2022 to early 2025, I watched New Japan in an insanely hardcore way. I'll admit, I got burnt out. Part of it was the product was just getting too much, and I had too much on my plate. After I stopped doing my show, my New Japan Pro Wrestling Review show, I checked out of that company, almost watched odd bits from tournaments and odd bits here from the big shows. But otherwise, I checked out on the company because everything they were putting on this year was just so underwhelming and just lost me. And I think that hurt me more than just bad WWE creative. And it's New Japan because it just hurt me from being such a big fan. And I know I'm not alone in that because I listened to Post and Bruce and Karen have not been kind in a lot of their talk about it. So I know I'm not alone in this especially as big New Japan fans. The company hurt my feelings this year in how poorly they booked their company.
Can I just say, I loved how angry we've all been towards TKO and Dingy. I almost cried at what Andre just said. I'm like, oh, you poor bastard.
And I'm going to go back and get hurt some more at Wrestle Kingdom on the 4th. So that's the messed up part.
Yeah. Well, it's the same relationship that we all have with WWE. We keep coming back for some reason. It's very weird. WWE is my choice. 92% of the vote went to WWE. Few votes went to TNA. Few votes went to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Few votes went to MLW. Minimal votes went to AEW this year, and that just goes to show you how everything became 180% or 180 degrees of flip from last year, where last year it was 90-something% for AEW as worst promotion of the year. And you know why that is, Yorkie?
Do you know what pissed me off, right? I've seen clips on TikTok of what happened at World's End. It annoys me greatly that the fact that I am going to have to watch AEW and the AEW champion is MJF. That pisses me off so rotten.
I can't wait. Can't wait to hear Yorkie's take on AEW.
Oh, I'll tell you what, right? No, you're not going to want to hear my reviews.
That's okay. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. MJF's going to come out. He's going to be looking real good. He's going to say a lot of shit. He's going to talk about WWE. He's going to drop some names. And he's just going to be the same old stuff over and over. I love MJF, but the truth is, if you really want to put it on paper, his character has not grown. And I don't think it's going to grow anymore. I think he's just going to do the same old stuff this year. He's just going to come out. The reason that the Jeff Jarrett feud kind of didn't go anywhere, even though it could have, is they ruined it with their promos. Both of them are too egotistical, couldn't just like find a nice middle ground. And they went too far. And I think this is just going to be MJF dropping Paul Levesque and dropping WWE and dropping the war for the whatever. He's just gonna drop names and be a dick. And it's great, but I don't know.
I think he's still vying for that contract from NXT.
Maybe
I think that's what he wants.
Although I don't think he would do well in WWE. He'd just be the next Miz. Like they'd shit on him. Like AEW, he's king of the castle at AEW, and he's making good money. WWE would get him on Netflix.
You know that is his first feud. Sorry, I do apologize. It's the alcohol. I do. You know that's going to be his first feud. Straight away, as soon as he comes in, him and Miz together. I'm sorry.
Like 45,
Ms.
50-year-old
Ms. JF,
Yeah.
There we go. Gentlemen, that is the worst of the year. WWE has taken a beating. Why, oh, why do we keep watching WWE? I've been asking myself this, especially since SummerSlam. Why, oh, why do I keep watching WWE? Well, it's been another year. We'll see where things fall next year, because it seems like every year things flip-flop. But at this rate, I don't see that happening anytime soon. That's just my personal, most humble opinion. But we'll see where things fall next year in the worst of 2026. Hutch, where can we find all your work?
At Hutch Henries.
There we go. Andre, you do so much more than all of your work here at A Plus Wrestling. Let us know where you can find all of your other stuff.
Yeah, you can find me. I have a live Sunday sports show every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern over on our local establishment. We go live on YouTube and Twitch. Just chatting all week at sports. A lot of fun chat going on over there. I also do a show called The Marvel Talk over on our local establishment, which will be coming back very, very soon as Wonder Man is coming out in January. I cannot wait to talk about that. I look forward to talking about it is what I mean. I don't know if I look forward to the show. I look forward to talking about it. And you can also find me over at Backbreaker Video, where I do reviews of all the independent professional wrestlings that I either work at or I go and watch as a fan. So check that out over at Backbreaker Video, the Pop Spot.
Awesome. Thank you so much. aplusproductions.com is where you can go find all of your information for all of the shows that we have. Go to your favorite podcasting app and search for A Plus Wrestling. Hit that subscribe and leave a review. That always helps us so much. At A Plus Wrestling is where you can find us on YouTube. We love to hear your opinion, and the best place to do that is facebook.com, and search for A Plus Productions and just have a chat. We always have threads up for all of the wrestling shows. Hutch, Yorkie, Andre, thank you so much for joining me this year. I'm sure that we'll be reconvening very soon to talk roundtables, to talk wrestling, to talk MJF. Yorkie, we need weekly reports on what you're thinking of AEW Sans clips. I can't wait for that. But again, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone for 2025. It's been a year of ups and downs, whether you're watching WWE, AEW, and clips, or what have you. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to A Plus Wrestling, A Plus Productions, whatever you're doing. Hutch, huge thanks to you. You've been a huge help continuing this little stupid show going. It's been awesome since you joined the team. Andre and Yorkie, always a pleasure working with the two of you. It's always been fun, always a pleasure. And we have other people a part of the team that weren't able to join us, like Mel, like Dax, and others, but they will be back next year, throughout the year, chatting pro wrestling and so much more. Thank you so much. Take care, but most importantly, stay tranquilo.